What's cracking, YouTube? Thank you guys so much for watching the last comping video. And in that video, I asked, where would you like to see me do some comping for you in the audience? And you answered. And the majority of you said you wanted to see me do comping in non-disclosure states. So that would be something like New Mexico or Texas. And so we decided we're gonna go Texas to all of you folks who wanna understand how to comp in non-disclosure states. So we are gonna do that in this video. So you guys wanna absolutely watch this, because if you're doing business virtually, or if you're doing business in a non-disclosure state, you are going to do things differently than if you're in a disclosure state. So let's rewind everything real quick and tell you the difference between a non-disclosure and a disclosure state. A disclosure state, that will be a state where the sale data, okay, so how much a house sells for, is publicly displayed. It's public information, public knowledge. That information is given to the, from the tax or the county to the tax record to Zillow or any third parties that request it. It is really useful because in disclosure states, you can see how much a house sold for. And if I can see how much a house sold for, I can gauge whether or not there's an opportunity for me to add value and create potential, right? This is why wholesaling works, is because we can see what a property can sell for fixed up. Then we know what we need to buy a property for in its original condition or distressed condition in order to fix it to make a profit, right? That potential gap is where we make our profits, either in a wholesale fee or as a fix and flipper. Non-disclosure states are states where you're not required to disclose how much a property sold for. So you actually get to decide when your property closes, when it's recording. There's a little form you fill out and they say, would you like for the sale data of your property to be disclosed? And almost 9.9 out of 10 times people say, hell no, I don't want nobody to know nothing about me. I don't want you to, I don't want my brother to know how much I pay for my house, my mother to know how much I pay for my house. I want my cousins to know how much I pay for my house. Everybody asks me for money. That's why a lot of times when you're given the option to choose, would you like to disclose or not disclose, 9.5 or 9.9 out of 10 people say, no, don't disclose, right? But it's silly, because I think it's really important for us to know and for people to have access to the information on how much properties sell for, because how do you know if you're getting a good deal? How do you know if you're overpaying? It's important to be able to check this kind of stuff. So because of that, the only way that people can get information in non-disclosure states are two ways. Number one, real estate agents. Number two, third-party data providers that tap into the MLS. So basically, you're either a real estate agent or you're a pretend real estate agent. Kind of like it's like you're a real estate agent, but you're wearing a trench coat, but you're not wearing any, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, right? Where you're kind of doing the realtor thing, but you're not, because it's a third party. So anyhow, that's how you do it in a non-disclosure state. And we're gonna dive right into that. We're gonna talk about 3 properties, 3 houses that I actually have in my inventory in Texas, and we're gonna comp them. We're gonna show you guys what tools I'm using, how I'm comping them. It's very similar to the other way that I comp, but it's just that I can't use Zillow, I can't use Redfin, I can't use any of the free softwares out there. So let's begin by looking at what we would actually be using to comp, right? And if we're going to use a software, the most incredible software is the one that I'm pulling up right now, and that is called Privy. Yes, guys, you might hear me say it more often than not, but Privy is the absolute gold standard when it comes to real estate softwares. If you want to learn how to comp, if you're looking for buyers, if you're looking for lead lists, looking for on-market opportunities, I mean, Privy has all of it. So I highly recommend you go to runprivy.com and you get this software. You can use code Jamil, I think it is. Yeah, code Jamil, and that'll give you 20% off. Otherwise, just use the link in the description and that will get you the discount. But I'm telling you guys, this is like one of the most important tools in your business, is having a good comping software to be able to leverage to find what your ARVs are. I am on Privy right now. This is my dashboard, and I'm gonna pull up a deal that Jeff in my Texas corporate headquarters sent me. And these are 3 separate deals in Texas. And the first one that he sent is one that is in Richland Hills, Texas. So I'm gonna pull this one up first, and the address is 6316 Sandhurst Lane in North Richlands, Texas. Okay, great. So this is a deal that we got in, put under contract, and we actually wholesaled this one. So we've made money on this property. As you guys can see, this was an on-market deal. This was listed on the MLS, And so guys, I'm telling you, on markets, great way to make money. I didn't have to pay anything for this lead. This lead was literally shown to us by Privy. We saw that it was, you know, somewhat priced right, and then we went and put it under contract. Now, we actually put it under contract at $194,990. And we wholesaled it for $204,990. But it was listed at $269,000. So you can see we got a pretty good discount. But what is the ARV? That's what we're about to find out. So now that we've pulled up 6316 Sandalwood Lane, we know that we got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1359 square foot, single story, single family residence built in 1978. And it's sitting on a 7,000 square foot lot. It does also have a 2-car garage. Now I'm just gonna scroll down here to comparables, and you know, Privy has given me some investor comparables right here, but I wanna see all the comps. So what I do is I just go over to my settings right here, I click on that, and then I just hit all. I just select all, and then I go to save, and this incredible thing happens. Look, more data. Yes, I got more comps to look at, so now I'm just gonna use this little plus right over here. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna take a look. Now here's my subject, really nicely displayed in white. So that's my subject, and I'm gonna look around for anything that kind of looks like it's got similar characteristics. So let's check out this 380. So here we got a 380. Oh my goodness, it looks like it is almost the exact same house. It was, it's a 3.2, 1314 square feet, so it's a little smaller, built in 1971, so it's a little older, and it has a slightly larger lot, and it sold for $380,000. $380,000, and it sold for that in June of 2023. Now I want to see the photos of this property if possible, and there's none there. Not abnormal in a non-disclosure state to have not a lot of photos available. It's just part of what it looks like. So let's see this other one here that's listed and pending. There's a 3.2 1444 square footer 1978 build that's under contract. Let's look at the condition of this house. So this one also has a pool, which is going to affect value for sure. And let's look inside. Now this is an okay remodel, right? Why do I call it an okay remodel? Because if you see here, these cabinets, they're the lowest grade cabinets that you can get at you know, one of the big box you know, home renovation stores like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Like, this is the cheapest of the cheap, like the worst. Look at how this fridge is jutting out of the kitchen, like almost like the fridge doesn't want to live there anymore. And then you see this is my favorite. Instead of a hood fan, they use these 2-in-1 microwave hood fans, and then they just put a little like, what are you gonna do with this cabinet over here? This is ridiculous, right? Anyhow, not my favorite remodel, but you know, who cares? I'm sure these guys made some money. But this is actually this actually lowers our ARV a little bit, because it shows a 350 pending. So now I have a 380, which we saw right here, but there's no photos, so I can't trust it. And then I got this 350. Let's keep looking. Let's look over at this 410. What's this about? So this 410, it's newer, built in 1992. It's a 2-story, completely different house than what we're looking at. So unusable. Can't use that. It's just not a viable comp. Ooh, here's a 3.2, 1485 square feet. So it's within 200 square feet. And it's sitting on an 8,000 square foot lot, built in 85, so it's still the same build generation. Let's open that up and let's look inside. See, right? Again, just a loosey-goosey remodel. They got this, you know, terracotta, like 99-cent tile, but the door's cute. I'll give them that. You know, nice little cute blue door. And then again, just the lowest grade vinyl laminate flooring that you can get. So not a significant job here. Let's take a look at the kitchen just so I can put the final nail in this terrible rehab. Let's see what that looks like. If this is your house and you remodeled it, I'm really sorry. Kitchen's not bad. Okay, would I live in a house with this kitchen? No. Would I Airbnb in a house with this kitchen? Yes. I wouldn't live in a house with this kitchen because these cabinets are also kind of cruddy, and this is like the lowest grade countertops that you can buy. But better than the last, right? So 355, we got a possible 355 here. So let's keep looking and see if there's any evidence of anything else. Now, here's this 388, not usable because it's a newer house. Let's keep looking. That 355 we've already seen. There's a 345 right here. So it looks like we're in this little sweet spot, right? There's this 380, which I don't know enough about it because it could be remodeled. It may not be. There's this pending 345, 350, which is making me nervous, but it's a kind of a cruddy remodel. So I'm going to call my ARV somewhere in the middle. I think between 350 and 380, we're probably at around a 365 ARV. So I would call it a 365 ARV. Now, having this under contract at 194.9, there's no doubt in my mind why we were able to sell this at 204,990 with that 360, ish ARV. So 360, 365. So that's where I'd put it. Again, if you guys got a different number, I'd love to hear what number you got in the description below. So sorry, in the comments below. So just tell me what you got on this one. I'm getting 360 ish. My team, they put the ARV at 355. So they were a little bit more conservative than me. I think my team believes that this cruddy little 347 here is going to yank value down. Either way, I like that my team was more conservative on how we sent this out because I prefer to be more conservative than not. So great job, team, on selling this one. Great job on bringing this in. Let's look at another property. So we got another one in Grapevine, Texas that I'm going to pull up right now. And this address is 1812 Sandalwood Lane in Grapevine, Texas. All right, here we go. And here we've got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2521 square foot property, 2-story. Now this one also was a wholesale deal that we've done, built in 1992. It's sitting on a 7,774 square foot lot. Let's check the comps. I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the last one just to get all of the properties. So it already said all, but I'm gonna do it again in settings, just making sure that I'm seeing all of the data. And there we go. Gonna zoom in on that. Let's take a look. Oh, goodness. All right, so these property values, they kind of get up there. So here's our subject. Let's look at this 660. All right, so we got a 1989 build, same build generation, 2604 square feet. Get out of here. So pretty close in square feet. This lot size is a lot bigger, right? So if we were going to use this one, how would I use this comp? Let's just look at the inside of it to make sure that it's been remodeled. I can already tell you by the white coloring that it has been. Yeah, beautiful, right? Would I live in this house? Absolutely. Absolutely. This kitchen's kind of lame, but I'd still live there. Okay, so looking at this one at 660, at 2604 square feet, right? I want to get the dollar per square foot of this sale, right? So let's do some math. $660,000, and I'm going to divide that by the square footage of 2604, which is the square footage of this property. Then that gives me $253 a square foot. Right now, I'm going to multiply that by caught myself. I made a mistake, guys. There's 2 extra bedrooms in this property, so I got to make that adjustment first. Okay. So I've got a 5.2, my subject is a 3.2, and I got a bigger lot. So we know that each of these bedrooms is worth about anywhere from 10 to 25,000. In this price point, I'm gonna call it 10,000. So I'm gonna take $20,000 off for each of those bedrooms. And then I'm gonna take another $5,000 off for the lot difference, right? Because it's about $2,500 for every 2,500 square feet. We got about 5,000 square feet of difference here. So I'm gonna take off another $5,000 for that. So 25 grand off the 660. So now 660 minus 25. Now we got 635,000. 635,000. Divide that by 2604. And that gets us to $243 a square foot. Multiply that by 2521, which is our subject's size, and that gets us to 614,000 ARV. So that's pretty dang good. Let's see if there's anything else higher here that we can use to even get an even better price. Okay, across hues is this 630. Let's take a look at that. And this 630 almost, it's like pretty damn close to our subject in size, but it's like 10 years newer. No, what is that? 8? No, it's 16 years newer. Can't use it. So this 630, unfortunately, unusable. Let's look at this pending. It's too large, so I'm gonna pass on that. So, like, I think that's it, guys. I think this comp, this 660, gave us our ARV. So the ARV that I come to on this one is about 615,000. Let's just take a look at what my team put it at. So my team put it up a little higher. They put it up at 650,000 on this one. So I'm putting it at 615. They're putting it at 650. I imagine they're giving a little bit more value to this specific sale right here. It makes sense to me, but I don't necessarily think that it gets us all the way to 650. I love the liberalism in their marketing here, but I think this is probably closer to about a 615, 620 ARV. And we sold this one for $414,900, and we had it under contract for $400K. So you can see here we made a $15,000 assignment fee and a pretty good deal for our buyer. So great job, team. We're a little off on ARVs there, but just a little training. I think either they've got something to share with me that I'm not seeing, or I've got something to share with them that they didn't see. And I think the thing that they might have missed was making the adjustment to the bedrooms and making an adjustment for the lot size and taking that ARV down a notch. But that's just me splitting hairs here. All right. One more house for you guys before we call this one a wraps, and this is another one in Duncanville, Texas. And the address for this one is 523 Town, Towne Place in Duncanville, Texas. Beautiful. All right, we got a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1777 square foot single family residence that's single story, built in 1971, sitting on a 10,554 square foot lot. Let's see what it's worth. Okay, just again, gonna do the same thing to the settings. Gonna make sure that they're showing me everything. So just gonna click that, hit save, bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And we're gonna just go in here. Here's our subject. So I wanna stay above Wheatland because this looks like a pretty busy road. See how that's like super thick, like Bobby's head. But yeah, that's right there. So let's look at this 330. Not usable whatsoever. Let's check this 200 out here. Okay, so this one's usable. This one was sold in February of 23, so it's a little bit old for me. I prefer a more recent comp. But it sold at 200, which is kind of low, right? I mean, feels low, but let's look at the interior photos. Oh my goodness. No, this is super dated. So this is not a comp. Not a comp, Jamil. On you go. Let's look at this 360. Ooh. All right. This, my friends, is the comp. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1878 square feet. It does have a pool. Let's look inside. And it's renovated, maybe? Yeah, that's upgraded. Not my style of upgrade, but you'd call that upgraded. Okay, so now it's slightly larger than our subject at 1878 square feet, so we need to make some adjustments there. But I want to, before we call that our comp, I want to look around and see if there's anything else here compelling. Let's check out this 388. So this is brand new. Can't use it. Not even going to try. What's this pending behind it? This pending is lower than what we're... Now, I want to look at this pending because this is telling us where the market is trending, right? Remember, the pendings are where it's trending. Ew. and it's remodeled. This is a problem, guys. This is a problem. Big time. Because this is a full remodel. This is a full remodel. It's 1813 square feet. All of these things are, and it's under contract at $325. I love this because now we have a decision to make, right? Is this property worth $325 or is it worth $360? Because the closed comp shows $360 at 1878 square feet. Similar size lot, similar year of construction, so the same build generation, same bed bath. But this closed in August of 20. So this just closed. It just closed August 4th, 2023 at 360, but the market is trending down. It's trending down. You cannot deny that. That's a downward trend. Let's see if we can find anything else. This is also pending at 330. This one is going to put a nail in the coffin. Okay, no photos there. So man, oh man, this is a decision. What did we do? What will we do? Well, guys, personally, I think this pending is way more important to pay attention to than this sold 360. I'm sorry. Some of you guys are going to say, Jamil, you're crazy. But honestly, I think this pending is where the market is trending. And so I'm going to call it 325. I can call the ARV on this 325. Let's see what my team got. So my team said 330. Now we got this one under so we're a little bit off, right? I said 325. They said so we're only $5,000 off from my team, but so they went somewhere in the middle here. They took this one and they took this close and they kind of averaged it and they said, hey, we'll bump it up a little bit. Maybe our buyer will do a slightly better job. So just something to keep in mind here, guys. Also, this 360 had a pool, so you had to take off at least. I would say that pool was pretty nice, right? Let's just look at that pool again. It's really nicely landscaped back there. So I think $25,000 you take off. So I mean that still gets you to the same value, right? We're still in that 335, 340 range. So that's the ARV for this one. This was really fun, actually. I loved seeing the nuance of making a decision between a closed comp and an on-market pending. Right? And where do you go between the two? Do you choose the sold? Do you choose the pending? Remember, pending is where it's trending, and your buyers are always going to notice that. They're going to look at what's the market sitting at right now. And it's the final piece. Look at this active at 330. Let's check out this active at 330 and let's see what it's completed like. No photos. And some of you agents suck. Y'all don't even take pictures of your clients' properties anymore. You just like, yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Work? What's that? Jeez Louise. All right. Well, guys, this was super fun. I'm really enjoying making these comping videos, and I hope that you enjoy them too. So if you got any value from this, do me a favor and hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what's the point of even watching me? Are you just here to take and not even give me a little sub for in exchange? Come on, don't be like that. Guys, I would love to do more of these, and so I want to hear from you. If you want me to comp in your area, if you want to learn a little bit about the nuances that may be going on in a specific market, do me a favor and leave a comment below and tell me where you want to see me comp next. Until the next time, guys, I'm Jamil Damji, and we'll see you in the next video.